We have some breaking inputs coming in. Pak closes borders for own citizens. Pakistan is denied to open the gates of the Attari-Wagah border for their own nationals. We are learning that Pakistani nationals are waiting since 8 in the morning in long queues. Border gates have been closed since morning at Attari and no crossing has taken place so far. Pakistani nationals continue to wait on the Indian side. Although Indian government has extended deadline for Pakistani nationals to exit India through Attari, no one has been able to cross over since this morning, since 8 in the morning. Let's go across to Pradeep, who's joining us on the broadcast with more details. Pradeep, Pakistan does not want to accept its own citizens?
You can't accept anything better from a rogue state like Pakistan. See, today they have closed their doors even for their own citizens. Since morning 8, a large number of people are waiting for to cross over to the other side. What we have got to know is that the gates are closed. There is no person on the other side. No official is sitting there. Normally what used to happen that they used to come there by 8 and by then 10 they used to cross over to the other side, because after completing the formalities on the Indian side, the gate was opened on the Pakistan side, and then there used to be immigration officers sitting on Pakistan side, and they used to go back towards Pakistan. But what has happened today is that they have refused to accept their own people. The gates are closed. There is no official sitting on the other side. While as Indian officials are very much there, well in time, they are waiting. But they are trying to get in touch with them. No vote coming from the Pakistan side that why the gates have been closed, why they are not accepting their own citizens. But it's a long, unending wait for the people here, because they came all their way from different parts of the India. Some of them are from Jammu and Kashmir, some of them are from Uttar Pradesh, and they are waiting since morning. But they have no idea, because this decision was taken by Government of India after Pahalgam attack, because they decided that whosoever is putting up here from Pakistan, they should be sent back to their respective places. There was a deadline of April 29th, and that deadline has already been extended in some of the cases, so that because in some of the cases we have seen that they have already, their passport has expired. So in those cases also the deadline has been extended. But since morning the people had been sitting there. They were waiting for the clearance from the other side, but no clearance is coming from the other side.
Well, Pradeep, perhaps that's the reason. Perhaps, because these people know the state of affairs in Pakistan. That's the reason in the first place they never wanted to leave. But Indian government has made the decision. It has been announced as an extension also has been given. And while India is definitely sympathetic making these amendments of extending the deadline, look at the insensitivity of the Pakistani side.
Yes, you are absolutely right. This is not first time that they have shown this insensitivity has been reflected from other side. We have seen that when soldiers died during the Kargil war also, they refused to accept their own soldiers. They said that these were those jihadis who were fighting there on the Kargil heights, but they did not accept the soldiers. Finally, the last rites were to be performed by Indian soldiers only, because they did not accept. For years together, they kept on saying that they had nothing to do with the Kargil war. It was only those freedom fighters from Jammu and Kashmir who were fighting. Everybody knew that these were the soldiers of Northern Light Infantry. And same thing is happening here. They are not accepting their own people. So what else you can expect from such a country? Because they are not accepting their own people who are waiting since morning. Because you can understand, these people do not want to go back. Once you have that feel of democracy, you will never ever like to go back to Pakistan, because they also had been hearing what is the condition and the situation there, how people are struggling for one bag of flour there in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. More than 700 to 800 people have already been deported. But today, since morning, the gates are closed. That means this is a part of their strategy, that they do not want to open the doors for their own people, because they want to create trouble in this also, because there is something fishy also one need to look into. I think the intelligence agency will try to find out, because maybe there is every possibility that some of the people who had been putting up here, they were like the sleeper cell for them. They might be used as an asset by the Pakistan intelligence agency. So that is a matter of investigation, because all of a sudden, why they really want their people to put up in India, not to come back home, and who are they to stop them from going back home? Because at the end of the day, they are the one who did not surrender their Pakistan citizenship. They continue to have the citizenship of Pakistan, because while they were living in India for so many years together, they continued. But see, they are not accepting their own citizens. Those who did not surrender their own Pakistani passport, they did not accept Indian passport. But today,
all right,
see what the
stay on with us. We also have Major General S.P. Sinha joining us on the broadcast. There are pictures coming in of long queues at the Attari-Wagah border, Major General, where these Pakistani nationals are waiting, but Pakistan has not opened gates, not welcoming their own citizens.
This shows the character of Pakistan. This is the same Pakistan. In Kargil war, they refused to accept the dead bodies of soldiers, saying that they were not soldiers, they were terrorists. When in actual fact, they were Pakistani soldiers. Pakistan is worried that these Pakistani people who were staying in India for, imagine 30 years, 40 years, they are staying in India. They are availing all the facilities being granted by the government, and especially during Modi Sarkar. So Pakistan is worried that as it is, their economy is in doldrums, and their network of espionage will get spoiled the moment these people get back to Pakistan. So that is the worry of Pakistan. But we have to find alternative. We have to push them to, if the gates are closed, we have to find alternative. We have to throw them out. We cannot allow them to stay in India.
All right. Thank you very much, Major General S.P. Sinha, for joining us on the broadcast with your views. Pradeep Datta also continues to be with us. Like you were saying, that in this extreme weather and heat, yes, people are having to wait there in long queues. Some of them, in fact, I can see in the visuals are with small children as well. And these are Pakistani citizens. But what's appalling is that Pakistan does not want to welcome them back. Pakistan, is sheltering a terror organization like the TRF, forcing the UNSC to drop its reference from the statement. Pakistan is calling the attackers of Pahalgam freedom fighters, but not ready to accept their own citizens.
See, they only open their arms for terrorists. We have seen that what they did for Dawood Ibrahim. They are ready to have Dawood Ibrahim there, staying there for so many years. They want Khalistani terrorists to be there. They want those terrorists from the Kashmir Valley who are operating from Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir to be there, because they want to use them as assets against India and other parts of the world where they want the blood of the innocent to be spilled. That's what actually Pakistan is good at. But they will not be accepting their own people. I think this should be an eye-opener for these Pakistanis to see how they are being treated by their own people, because for them, they did not surrender their passport all these years. They thought that they'll continue to remain as Pakistanis. So they were holding that passport, the green passport, very close to their heart and to their chest. But what really happened? That green passport today has no meaning, because they are watching from the window of their offices, but nobody is either coming out or nobody is throwing the gate open for these people so that they can accept them. Had they been Indians, definitely see how Indians are treating their own. When the Hindus were facing trouble and problem, the government decided that there should be CA. Despite, in fact, we have seen opposition from the political parties, the government of India decided that we should extend olive oil.
Stay on with us. We have a former diplomat, Suresh Goyal, joining us on the broadcast. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for joining us. What do you have to say about these images coming in from the Attari-Wagah border, where the Pakistani citizens are trying to go back to their country, of course, after India made the decision, but Pakistan not opening the gates?
Very unfortunate, because if Pakistani citizens, the Pakistani nationals who have valid documents, they want to go back into Pakistan, Pakistan should accept them. Essentially, and Pakistan not accepting them, and they're wanting to go back into Pakistan, creates a situation of huge number of Pakistani citizens, Pakistani nationals, marching up at the Attari border. That's a very untenable situation and very, very difficult situation to handle. And I'm not at all really understand why Pakistan will not allow their own nationals to come back into Pakistan. Very surprising and very, very troublesome.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Goyal, for speaking with us. Thank you to Pradeep as well for getting us the inputs.